Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft Survival Series 2. This is part 31, and I have finally got all the eyes, if I can get my camera right. That's it, that's all of it. As you can see, it's some changes to this area. I went ahead and replaced the string with slabs, and these actually work to keep the snow down. A bunch of snow had piled up. You can see it right there. I just used a shovel because it's way quicker. The time I cleared it out before, I just placed a bed down, picked it up, and that was super slow. But the snow has been screwy here. As you can see, there's a patch here where there's no snow. This was after the 1.18 and converting the world. I'm pretty sure there's more snow on the wood here than there used to be. Because like this snow, I'm pretty sure was all the way up level with this wood. And if we go over here, there was, okay, has this changed? This has changed again. There was like, there's a strip here, and then over here it was like up. There's like a full block over here after like, besides a little strip here on this side. This was all covered. The snow is doing weird things in this area. Speaking of weird things, there's new generation over here. And you might already be able to see it, so I haven't gotten really too close to this. You see there's a desert and a mesa over here now, which were probably not there before. Right here you see we have some floating grass blocks. Some over there. Oh, they're breaking because I'm in the area, aren't they? I thought they were gonna stay. Oh, there's a coral reef here. I don't think I noticed this before. There's a desert temple over there. I definitely didn't notice. I have no idea what the hell this is. Yeah, it's leaves. Oh god, I gotta be careful doing that. So yeah, this is a interesting area. You see the ice farms right there. Again, the blending's well. Looks like there's a village over there and then a mushroom thing I saw. That is actually a good sign, that pillager outpost, because I was worried because when I first came over here to the farm, I have to actually go make sure I load that or be in that chunk physically so it stays existent if I don't get to this. It's in the village. Well, those villagers are fucked and there's nothing I can do to save them. But there's another mesa over there. Maybe it's a extension of the first one. Okay, that's close enough, I think. Okay, why am I slow? I was crouching. Okay, there is a weird mini coral reef here. This is interesting shit. Well, this is just exploring part 2, I guess. This is interesting. But I was worried because I had found an outpost on my way to the the industrial area. For the very first time when I went on the chunk base, found the prairie or the plains and went over there. And I was concerned that it would be gone, but it doesn't matter because I think that one's even closer because I want to build a raid farm eventually, and I would like to have those all in the same area. Speaking of that, if we come over here, you can see, and this is another one, I don't know if it was here before, and I just couldn't see it because my render distance was lower, or if this is just new. There is some new terrain over there, but you might be able to see an ocean over there, and I never noticed that before. I'm pretty sure there's land over there, but that means there may be an ocean monument somewhat close to the industrial area, so then I can have my guardian farm and my raid farm relatively close to the industrial area. Now I'll probably still have to hook them up with their own portals. That'll be relatively close to where the industrial area ones is. I might have to make like a little hub area. For the industrial area, it's just one big room instead of the tunnels, if they'll be that close together. But I wanted to go check. First off, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to check. I have chunk base open with the ocean monument. Maybe I'll just see one right off the bat, but I wanted to look at this that I kind of peeked at as I flew back and forth between the ice farm as I was working on that. Because I saw this, and this is interesting. Oh, this goes through. I don't know. I might do something here because this is cool. I think there might be a cave opening here that goes down. Those are noises are not fun. Yeah, okay, it goes down in there. Okay, not super crazy, but is there... I might be able to see one without the slightly cheaty way if I just come over here. There it is, and it's under... Okay, is there... I don't think multiple in one area do me any good, but there's a lot of dots on this map, and I don't know if that's like potential areas, or like, yeah, they're definitely going to be there. But if we look over there, I don't really even have to use chunk base. This is an interesting one. I can't get too close because that's dangerous and I'm scared. Yeah, it's like within this island. That is screwy generation. I almost don't want to screw with it. You can see, can you see? No, you can't see. Yeah, you can. There it is. The industrial area is literally inside of it. This is crazy. This is a bit of a... Oh god, that scared me, but I just can't mine anything. I'm fine as long as I stay up here on the land and I can easily fly away. This is cool. It's like embedded into the mountain. I mean, I think it's like an error or whatever. That complicates the... Is that one over there? I don't want to go too far because world size is concerning. I like having a big ocean nearby anyways, so... Oh, I can't fucking fly out of this, can I? But I can see better underwater, can't I? Oh no, I can't. I think that was taken out. It was like that for a while. Where you could see like perfectly clear. I don't know what that is over there. It's a jungle. Jungles seem less rare now. This wasn't supposed to just turn into exploring part 2, but it kinda did. This will not be the bulk of the video though. I made an oopsie. Good thing I have a bed. I have to swim all the way back over here. That opens up some potential, so I would love to turn that into a guardian farm. I don't know how much that complicates it. It appears I would have to clear out some of the mountain, which would make that... Oh, there's guardian. They can hurt me. Yeah, I would have to clear out some of the mountains. I'd obviously have to take out the elder guardians first because that would not... Yeah, that would not be a good time. Oh my god, you can see... Is this, Oh, I was thinking you could see... Yeah, you can see it from here. Oh, that's... Oh, I think they're there too. I'm gonna get out of here before I get myself killed. That is kind of cool. I don't know how much of this mountain and that look I'll be able to preserve. If I do turn this into a farm, maybe there's another one nearby and I can kind of save that. I don't know. There's a lot of potential with that. It might be a decoration one, even though it's like perfect location because it's just right there and you can see the industrial area. That is cool though. I'm also pretty sure that in 1.18, if I was to recreate the seed, the industrial area over there would be a part of the ocean, and there would be one like there'd be an ocean monument smack dab in the middle of it. I might be off, but there's quite a few, I'm assuming, the area. Oh my god. Finally. Off we go this way. So, what the fuck is that? I'm just getting distracted. I'm sorry. It's new shit. That's some screwy... It's like a desert thing, but it's not in the desert. That is also... I am flying away now. The llamas are back! They'd all like migrated over towards that village. Oh no, they're still here. They came back over here. They migrated towards that village and they're basically all gone. I still have to slaughter all of them. But they're less of a lag issue now on Series A. Well, no, I guess that originally happened on this. They can still be a lag issue. I definitely have to take them out. Yeah, as you see, I'm starting to get the 7 tall birch trees. I wasn't able to do that originally. They just weren't, it wasn't giving me them, but after 1.18 it started working. I had to do that to get the slabs to keep the snow away. So, going back to the ice, which I kind of got completely distracted by all the generation. I wanted to show the snow before it changed, but then it did change. It's just a mess over there. The snow changes willy-nilly. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or bug rock or what. I ran through this entire box twice, plus what you see here, and you see this, that's why it's durability so low, getting all that ice. It took me, I don't even know how many hours, it took me months to actually do it because I am inconsistent. But that part's finally done. So, let's get the what? It's like 2:30 in the morning, I'm sorry. let's forget about that for a minute and check on the slime situation. Okay, so all of these chests you see here are full. That is probably like 600,000 or 700,000 slime blocks. And then I think it goes over... So it goes up to there. So like these are close to halfway. Actually a little bit over halfway done. And then I'll put like, I'll start here and I'll put another row of chest here. And if we come over here real quick, as I've showed before, these chests I also need to fill up. So I'm just kind of shoving them where I can. That's why it's like off in the corner and these are over here and all that. But let's talk about rates because those have been an issue quite a bit lately. So what the fuck, Richard? Did I? Okay, I guess I emptied this. I didn't think I did. But this one night produced like 4, and then I went through and I replaced like 1 snow golem, and then the next night it was like 5, and it seems to be like 5 overnight, around 12 hours for how much it will produce, which is far below the rates of I think even 1 farm alone. I should be, filling this thing up like a couple days. It'll take like months. I have been trying to keep it lower because when there's like a shit ton of these in here, it takes me like 2.5 hours. Like if it's like a couple times it's gotten all the way to like over here, maybe like around these chests, and it legitimately takes me like 2.5 hours to empty them all out because of not being able to shift click all of them into your inventory like you can in Java. It would still even be slow with that, but that would be such a big help. But it's been years and I still won't add it, even though it would completely work on controller just fine. But I bitched about that enough. That's how the slime is. So I noticed that when I was replacing the slime farm is they don't seem attracted. Like I can sit on the surface and look down at the top layer, and they're not really getting attracted to the snow golems very well. I mean, I'm still producing slime, so I guess sometimes they do. They were still falling down at some points, but for whatever reason, let me see if I can see it actually. Yeah, here you see he's going that way, and usually that would indicate I am low on rockets. Usually that would indicate that the golem's gone, but as you see he's there. I'm not sure if they changed something and so he can't see the golem, but I'm still getting some slime. If that was true, I'd be at basically none. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, I almost forgot. I have to grab some shulker boxes. I'm gonna grab 3. I'll throw them in my ender chest up here. I have one place down. Because today I'm going to be working on the stonemasons because I've got the ice for the tunnel, and now the one thing I need left is the nether quartz to finish up the walls. So I'm going to be building a hub just like the one at the gold farm for the stonemasons at their village. It's going to be kind of a pain to move them all in there. I'm going to do that all off camera because, yeah, no, it's going to take hours, and I don't want to sit here, and that's just, no. So yeah, I have all the shulker boxes down there, by the way, because when I transport all of these slime balls, or slime blocks, all the way out to the desert, which is like literally across the world, I'm going to need to have like all of them. I wanted to have a full chest, but I don't think I quite have that. These will all empty out and borrow for that project most likely. So hopefully I have 4 over in the iron farm. Speaking of, I hope I have an interest down in here. I do, I think. Speaking of the iron farm, I recently did up the math and I have over 60,000 iron blocks. Oh yeah, that's right, that happened. Okay, so that horse got in here, and I think that's an unset off trap, but he can't be set off in here because there's no lightning. I fucking completely forgot about that. That was an issue. Don't kill me. Yeah, it's damage scared the shit out of me, but I don't need that in there. Just cram the... fuck. I really need to change my drop button from B. Like, I switched it to that because that's what it was on Xbox One Edition, and I was just used to that, and that's what I've always had it on, but it's becoming an... goddamn camels. They're not camels, they're fucking llamas. Fuck you, bitch. I'm done. I'm just... Fuck them all. I have nowhere to put this shit. It doesn't matter. So, you may be asking why I'm coming in here. First off, I need blackstone, but one problem is that Mr. Pablo here, he's pissed off for no reason. See, because we can never have anything good on Bedrock that's like super good over Java. Like Java will have these things for years. Just basically for every if it's some like if it's some hyper overpowered farm, they will legitimately have it for years. After a couple updates, it's gone for Bedrock, and that is what this is. And not only does this not work, which is supposed to make him trade faster and instantly, when he puts his sword down and he's out of the attack mode and he's supposed to actually trade, if he ever does, yeah, he's out of the mode, so now he should be able to trade just at the normal speed. Refuses to pick up the gold. I don't know if this is because he's bugged, because I did that with him before, or because he's an older one. That'd be pretty shitty, because then you'd have to replace all of them. So, that's screwed. I really should have used it more while I could have. But the storage situation, it's again, pain in the ass of moving items in this game. Made me just hate that. I think he's getting latched on to like hoglins or something on the surface. You're not supposed to build them in this biome, but I didn't listen. So I don't know if it'll be here, but somewhere I'm gonna have to set up one of the big ones with a bunch of them in there, and that'll make it easier to sort. But I'm going to grab probably at least a shulker of blackstone. Yeah, but with this redesign, with the redesigned system, it'll definitely have its own storage system. It'll be far slower, but I'll actually wind up getting more items because they'll be AFKable. And yeah, the main reason I didn't get more items from this was because goddamn was it annoying to have to sort all those goddamn items by hand. So I just didn't do it. Also, by the way, with that blue ice, I did that math so long ago, I really hope I did not fuck that up. Like, if I screwed it up and it's way more than I needed, that's actually fine, because I'll need more blue ice over time as I expand the nether tunnel system, as I've talked about before. But goddamn, if that's not enough, I'm going to smash my head against a wall. I am over here because I wanted to grab rockets, even though I have some in a shulker box. But oh look, there's some right here, and I don't have to drag out the shulker box. But we also have something to talk about over here, because got some issues that I think I talked about, and I finally decided what's going to be done about these issues. So a few episodes ago, I don't even remember at this point, I built up this building, and I've actually even went through and I think popped... Did I put the items in order? I built the entire sorters. I did all of this. This took a lot of time. Oh, I put the filter material in. Did all this. This is a lot of work. And I'm tearing it all down. And I'm completely redesigning my storage room. So the main problems with this one is, like, it's so cramped that I have to have everything out in the open. And it's just not a fun time. You got these hoppers just out, protruding out here. And figuring out how to get items to elevate and like some form of automatic, like, I don't know what they call it, but like when an item goes in the dispenser, it'll turn on and then put it out, but I don't have to have it on constantly because it's loud and laggy and all that bullshit. I don't want that, so I really couldn't figure out a way of cramming one in here, and this was my first attempt at it, and this one just turns on and off manually, and I was going to figure out something better later. But it's just cramped, and well, I did leave room for expansion upwards. You know, there's a better way of doing that. And there's also the fact that this building is fucking hideous. And another thing is, what a lot of people will do in their storage rooms is they'll have, like, you'll be standing here, but like these blocks will be stairs, and so then you can have another chest down one. So I would be able to extend this to, what is it? It's 7 now, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I think it's 1, 2, 3. I can't tell because the goddamn particles. Yeah, it's 6. So I'll be able to make it up to at least 7. That's about as far as I can reach if I do this somewhere else. So I'm not going to... Fuck. I'm not going to do this in a building whatsoever. So I'm gonna start, and then these are here, by the way, because of slime chunks. That's another issue with this building. I really don't have a good way of blocking that. It's still an issue I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to completely solve, but this should partially solve it. So this entire building is getting leveled. Also, if I was going to keep this building, I'd probably switch out these corner blocks for blackstone, so it's blackstone all the way up. I think that'd look better, even though it's still just shit. So I'm going to tear this building down, and then now that I have the ability to go down, I'm not digging all the way down. I'm just going to dig out a room, and I think I'll do the kind of cross pattern, so it's like a plus sign kind of. I don't know. I'm still figuring out how exactly I'm going to do it. If it will be as large as the entire base, or whatever. I've thought that I'm probably gonna do glass on top of it as like the roof, so you can look down into it. I think that'll be cool. As for the blocks I'm going to use, I don't know about red concrete, but I think I still plan on using like blackstone bricks and these, what are these, like quartz bricks or whatever. I think I was going to use that and maybe sprinkle in some red and possibly deep slate. Maybe I was going to do these and, oh yeah, I think I was going to do these in deep slate, not these in blackstone. I think that those might look together, some form of deep slate. I still have to figure it out. That's the general plan for now, so that of course pushes back the storage room, but it's gonna be so much better because I can easily not only like hide shit in the walls, like because it'll be underground, it'll be pushed into the ground, but it also gives me more room for expansion. I can expand downwards for quite a bit. There is technically a limit to that, but they're not gonna add that many fucking items to Minecraft, where that will become a major problem. The beacon will be staying, however, but it will be, of course, dropped down to be like at the center. So this would be like the crossroads of the sorter. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I gotta figure out how many I'm gonna need, but yeah, I'll probably have it span from each end of the base. That way it's just massive and I don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna have to figure out something separate then for non-sorted items. Maybe it'll just be like one edge of it, but I think that might be too big. I still gotta flesh a lot of it out, but this building's days is numbered. The building itself isn't the biggest deal. The biggest deal is that I gotta tear down them sorters and rebuild them. They took so long. I spent fucking hours on this, but it's just gotta go. I also spent a bunch of time like designing the layout for where each item's gonna go. I'll be able to kind of carry that over, but yeah, this also allows me to put deep slate by stone. I mean, that would have been easy enough to do, but I gotta figure out something with the walls. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. The edge, and I still have to figure that out, but over we go to the gold farm, because what the fuck is up with those mountains? This area, for whatever reason, has been having trouble loading since 1.18 properly. Saw that in the last episode when the portal was all screwy. I once again forgot something, so I was going to grab, this hopefully should be enough. I was going to grab these because I'm going to build, I'm going to build the stonemasons thing. Shit, should I grab, what else do I need for that? I need like trapdoors. I'm gonna go back to the industrial area so I can get trapdoors and like whatever workstation they have, even though I already have some. I want to increase the number of villagers as well. And all of that, I'm going to also take some of this blackstone I brought over for the storage room that is probably not going to have blackstone now. But back over at the gold farm, thankfully this thing still works fine. I can't remember if I tested that in the last video or not. But I am once again going to make my own little modification to this. So I already made the system where the blocks pull out and they can drop straight down, and widen this so it can be completely AFKable. Also, the second portal on top wasn't a part of the original design. I just smacked another one on it. But the thing with AFKing it that way is that it's fairly slow. And you don't get a lot of gold. If I need a bunch of gold or rotten flesh in a pinch, it's kind of difficult. And seeing how rotten flesh trading with the villagers down there is like my main way of mending tools right now. It's just way easier than trying to use it up here. That's a bit of a problem. So my solution to that is I have to be able to more easily sort the items that come out of here, because that is the main thing that slows me down when I'm manually killing them, which can again produce me more gold. As for gold, you see we have a decent bit, but it's a consumable, mainly with the piglin bartering, but also through golden carrots and stupid rooms like this. It'd be nice to be able to produce a bit more of that, and again, this would also help me get experience quicker. The problem is I don't want to throw away the swords. I want to keep them. That's what this is here for. But this is a pain in the ass because I have to manually take it out and do all that bullshit. So my plan is, first out, I'm going to tear these out. And I'm going to extend this room, maybe widen it a bit. And then I'm going to take out these chests and replace them with hoppers. Take the items out this way. And then not necessarily in the room. It's gonna be. I gotta figure. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna be laid out, but somewhere it's going to be sort of similar to this. But except going into chests, it'll take it to hoppers to take each item to its individual spot. So, firstly, I will sort out the. Well, there's a few. So what you get. English, please. So what you get when you kill them manually, when you see, it's easy when you're AFK because all you get is, it's easy when you just have them die on their own from falling, because then you just get the golden nuggets and rotten flesh, easy enough to sort those two. That's what's going on down there. But when you kill them manually, not only do you get those two, but you also will get ingots and swords. And I believe that is it. That is it. So the first three are easy enough. First I just sort out the golden nuggets and also the rotten flesh in the first two sorters, and then simply have a hopper line running down, like connects up like maybe right here, and puts them in this system. And so all the rotten flesh and all the gold nuggets go down here. Hopefully the speed is able to keep up with it. I think it will be. And then the gold ingots is a bit different, but not too difficult. This room will be extended and probably widened and all that. And just like the first two, they'll be sorted out, but there's no room, there's no spot for it down there for gold ingots. So those will go in a couple rows of chests similar to that up in this room. It doesn't have to be too massive because it's not too hard to go over there. Quickly craft them into blocks. I won't be producing that many. It'll probably be like maybe 3 rows like that. The more challenging part is in the swords. So I have to hope that the swords aren't going to overflow the somewhat too many items. See, the swords I have built down there cannot handle single stack items where it's just one item like that. So, but the good part is that at this point there's nothing left. So they're just all that's going to be left. It can still go over the sorter. They can't sort them. I couldn't sort a golden sword from a diamond pickaxe or anything like that. But it's all that's left at this point, so it doesn't matter. So then I simply have those run into probably similar things to these in that room. I hope they could keep up. My thought was to just set up these and then like have like maybe a couple more, so like 4 of them, and then this one gets filled up and then it would overflow into the next one and that one. I think that'd be the easiest way of going about it. Fuel then becomes a problem. I originally planned on maybe I'll do bamboo, but actually recently Silent Whisper has released a design for a blaze rod farm, and it's actually pretty good. You can hook up a trident killer to it, and that might solve my problem with that, because I would have had to build a bamboo farm, or I thought about, maybe I'll just build a bone meal farm, and then I bone meal bamboo, and that might be quicker, that might be enough, and then I have to move all the bamboo here. So if the blaze rod doesn't work out, I'll probably set up some kind of bamboo bone mealer here somewhere. That way I just have to transfer the bone meal, which can be condensed down into bone blocks. Not as hard as moving all the bamboo here. And it'll have to have like a massive chest out the back for storing all of the fuel. But if it's blaze rods, they'll solve a chest on the back, but won't have to worry about so much. It can, I think one can smelt like, what is it like? It's just an absurd amount of items, so it won't be that big a deal. And the byproduct of that is gold nuggets ignore all the junk, and so then I simply will just have another hopper line that will run out the bottom of those. There won't be chests like there is there now, and then they will meet up with the line that comes from the sorting out the gold nuggets and rotten flesh that I get from just killing them, and of course eventually meet up here, and I'll go down there into those few chests. I hope that should work. I don't know when I'm going to do this. It shouldn't be not necessarily difficult, just kind of time consuming. I probably have all the resources for this already, or I could get them in a matter of like an hour or so. It's just figuring out how everything's gonna go in there. Maybe they'll go up and be like kind of up there, and then the hoppers will come down. I have no idea. I'll just have to kind of like start digging out an area and seeing how that'll work. But I think that should all work fine, and then that gives me yet another way I can use this farm. Obviously for that I would put them in the mode where I just automatically, or where they get funneled to the middle, and then I can just kill them with the sword, because then I get the looting 3 effect, and it just produces way more. So that is the plan for that. I'm actually not leaving here because if we now shift to me needing the quartz, I need to get emeralds to trade for the quartz as well. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is what the trading thing will look like. I'm going to dig it into the ground. I'll probably put, yeah, this is mostly blacksmith. They're standing in the blocks. Okay, that's where else it was used. It will look basically identical to this, except the purple concrete will be blackstone bricks, and this will be the quartz bricks, or whatever they are. It'll probably be the same size. I think these are, wait, 1, 2, 3. So it's 11 on each side, which is 22 each. So this would actually like almost double, I think, the number of quartz villagers I have there. I think I have about 10. It's going to be like this again with that. I'm going to put it into the ground. There'll be like a staircase going down to it. Not too far, just basically under the surface, a few blocks. The few reasons for this, it helps protect them better against lightning, which can get them. I'll have a iron, or what the fuck's it called, a lightning rod there anyways, like I do here. Also makes it easier for me to get them into their paws, because they have to be kind of above them when I shove them in. And then there's the real reason, which is I don't want to have to design an exterior for this, and I'm just going to copy and paste this basically. Of course, I'll have their different workstations, but this very simple design is just kind of going to be a pain in the ass to get them linked up, because these guys, I brought them in one at a time, and they automatically got linked to their station because they had to, because it's the only one. But over there, they're already linked to their stations, so I have to make sure I get them linked to the right ones, and they're going to work. So it's going to be a pain in the ass, but it's going to be worth it, because right now the system over there is a mess, and I have to run around chasing them, and I have to constantly like click on them and see, oh, have I gotten this one yet, or have I not? Here it's easier. The getting more of them is a pain in the ass too, because these guys are guaranteed to buy rotten flesh. It's their first trade, no matter what. With the trading for quartz blocks, it's their last trade, and not only is it their last trade, so I have to trade a bunch with them, it's not a guarantee. They could have a completely different block that I don't need, so yeah. So I will of course need some emeralds for that as well. If we look where I'm at, this is like, I think all the emeralds except for, yeah, no, that's empty. I looked at it like 3 times already. This is where I'm at for emeralds, so it's an okay amount. I don't know if it's enough for all the quartz I need. I'm going to be doing that math actually soon. I might do that now. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is, where am I? Oh, shit. Okay, well, this is a bit of an issue. I don't have very much rotten flesh here. So I'm going to trade away what I have here. I think I have some more over at the drowned farm. I think I left some over there. I went over and gotten there some not too long ago when I had to do all these pickaxes. But I might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I want to get these pickaxes mended up, even though I haven't gone through all of them. I'm going to use this to mend them up. Now, problem with mending and Bedrock Edition is. I'm pretty sure in Java Edition. Now, I might be wrong. Every bit of experience goes to the pickaxe, or the tool, whatever, goes to the tool. Your level bar won't go up at all. But for some reason, Bedrock like splits it, and it takes forever to mend things. I don't know if it's always been like this, and that's even when I do take off my armor and stuff. So it's not that causing it. I don't know if it's bugging out because it thinks I still have the armor on. I don't know why it does this, but it makes it so much more difficult. But I'm going to block these, or what? I'm going to break these and put these back in here. Again, it's like 3 in the morning now, and I am not awake whatsoever, but I can't sleep because fucking insomnia. But right now, because I don't want to, because I'm procrastinating on trading away all the goddamn rotten flesh, which is such a slow and boring process, I'm going to sleep real quick. Also, one more gold farm thing. I have a portal out there, and when you use this farm, it will put them on the portal they link up to. It's not linked up to this one, the farm. That's how it originally was, and this hallway would fill with the bastards. But it links up to one right out there, and there's a cliffside. And I tried it's like kind of over lava, so I thought, oh, maybe that kills them. I don't think lava actually even kills them. So if I run the farm really at all, there'll be a bunch on there. I ran it for like 2 days not too long ago, getting rotten flesh to mend up all my pickaxes after I ran the entire box mining ice. They were all over there. It's a simple fix. You just leave. You make sure you're in the. You just leave the area, unload the chunks, come back. They'll be gone. But that's still kind of an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a long chute, and they're going to be forced to fall down into it, and then there'll be hoppers there. Now the main reason the hoppers there is not to collect the gold and rotten flesh and all that they drop. It's so if the portals screw up and I somehow wind up in there, my stuff gets saved. I don't know if they'll die on impact. I don't know how that's going to work with the nether not technically being loaded. I don't know if they'll load the nether long enough to fall and die. I don't know if they'll like all die instantly as I load into the nether. I don't know how any of that's going to work, but it should at least keep them contained, I guess. But yeah, it's crazy. I think I have a clip. If I remember, I'll try and put it in where there's just tons and tons of them all over like the cliffside and stuff there. Okay, so this is the nether tunnel going out towards the mining desert. And this is where the quartz stop. There's quartz and gold all the way for the rest of the tunnel system. It's just this. So the main thing I need to do now is get the quartz. As you can see, I already have the gold. That was supposed to be the flexiest part of it. It's the easiest thing to get. The blue ice is probably the hardest, followed by probably the red nether brick, just because, or no, probably by the quartz, then the red nether brick. It's fucking a pain, okay? It's all a pain. I didn't mean it to be like this. Those noises annoy the fuck out of me because they're fucking terrifying. So I want to find out exactly how many quartz blocks I need to get. So I need to eat, because this is dangerous. I do have a fire resistance potion. So all I'm going to do is count the amount of blocks and distance that it is over there, and then it's just simple times 4, and then it will be good. I don't have to actually count because I can just do math. So 773 going up. Okay, so I don't need a precise number. I know this is technically off a bit because of the corners, but this is, let's just say 1051 minus 773. That's 278 blocks. So that's that. So that's 1146 blocks of pathway that needs quartz and also gold. So that's like 2200 gold. And it is 4,584 roughly blocks of quartz. That's over a double chest. Fuck me. Okay, so I did the math, and that would be just under 3 shulker boxes of quartz. It takes a while. It's not going to be too awful. It should still be shorter than the ice, but I do have to build the whole system and fill it up with villagers. And That's gonna be the suckiest part about it, but then I don't have to worry about it again for the quartz, and I'm gonna need quartz, so yeah. As for the gold, it's actually gonna come fairly close to a double chest. Not the whole thing, so that's gonna almost um, come somewhat close to cutting my gold supply in half. Maybe like 40% of my gold, so that's not good. But I have, I should be able to easily make more. I really hope this farm never gets patched. Because it doesn't, I don't know that it can be, because then you'd be like erasing like essential features to the game because basically how it works, if I understand properly, is there's lava behind in that like stone box behind each portal, and that lights the portal on fire, which turns it on. And then there's a dispenser on like a timer or whatever that every couple seconds goes off, breaking the portal, and the portal turning on and off for some reason causes the assholes to spawn. That's the only way I can see them patching it, is if they somehow prevented it from doing that. I don't know why it does that, but yeah, there's lava on top of these observers, as you can see, dripping down, and these water will like tick when I have it turned on, and break the portal. That's why sometimes when it's turned off, the portal's on, and sometimes it's off. Like this just got lucky; they're both off. It just depends on how the water was, whether the water was flowing or not when I turned it off. But with that being said, I am going to get to working on trading away probably all that rotten flesh and turning it into emeralds. That turns on the farm, if I'm correct. Yeah, there they go, dying. That's loud. I used to have headphones on and have the volume turned down. So I'll just keep that going while I'm doing it to help a bit. But yeah, now I'm gonna do this. Can you tell I'm procrastinating still? This isn't even the bad part. The bad part is fucking with those villagers, the other village. These are all set up and in their little cages. They're easy. It's just trade with them, and then I have to wait a bunch of time for them to all get their prices lowered and all that bullshit. Okay, so here's a fun fact. That last little clip was just supposed to be the beginning part of the video, and it wound up being 56 minutes long. I'm hoping I can cut that down to about 30 minutes, but I'm not so hopeful. Or what? That doesn't make sense. I'm hoping I can, and I'm not so hopeful. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen, is a better way of saying that. Before I get on, I'm by the stonemason village. There's no time to waste, so before I get on with that, as you can see, over here, not only is there a new jungle over there seems to be jungles everywhere. We have a... Don't land. I did it too late. Is this deformed? Isn't it supposed to be bigger? There's a guardian. I'm scared. It would appear that this is actually cut in half, possibly from the new generation, so good job. I'm not scared because that scared me. So, that kind of throws out the window what I had planned to do with it. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I was originally going to say that it would be better to use this one as a farm than the one by the industrial area, because one by the industrial area is in the mountain and stuff, and that would be not only more difficult to build a farm out of, but then I would kind of ruin that by doing so. So I don't know if I can make a farm out of that one, because I'm pretty sure it's cut in half. I can still salvage it for sea lanterns and sponges or whatever. There is obviously an Elder Guardian, at least one in there. I'm not sure what was up with that, but I still think I'm going to build the farm out of the one over by the industrial area, I've decided, and I might still I'll still probably do something with it, and I think I can make something cool out of that, but I still got to think what that would be. But getting over to this, as you can see, some stuff has happened. If we go down here. Now, originally I think I said I was going to put iron bars or iron doors on this. I wanted to avoid that because they're kind of a pain to open, but I still needed a way to keep monsters out from here, like especially zombies that would eat them. So, well, they don't eat them, they just kill them and turn them into zombies. So gates seem to be the good way of doing that. And as you can see, I have gotten all of these guys in here. They all trade the regular quartz blocks, and some of these guys, some of the new ones, I think it's, yeah, they trade this. So, dripstone block, that is, I'm pretty sure, necessary for a lava farm, so if that's needed, I can get some of that from here. Took probably about 6 to 8 hours to build this and get all the villagers in. It wasn't too hard. This just goes to like the top. I have this in the other one. This is just, each one of these is one of the like cells. So if I have to replace them, I can easily I just had these 3 mined out, as you can see, and just get them in a boat, drop them down there. There are some villagers left. There's 2 farmers, and then there's a bunch of, what would you call them, just like regular jobless villagers. And I think there's a few of those guys. I had to bring in more beds, because normally you just place 1 bed and you bring the villagers in, but I had to breed them up, and I didn't want to make a breeder, so there's just more beds around here now. Here's one of them, and so I can easily change these guys into them. Of course, if one of these guys dies, that will free up a bed, so I won't really have to worry about adding more unless I extend this. But yeah, it's a fairly easy process. The best way of going about this, seeing how I already had like 10 of them, or I think it's like 12 or 13, I had to, the best way of going about that is just pick up all of their workstations, and I've already traded with all of them, so they don't lose their profession, they still keep the quartz block. And then just simply one by one place one. You just place one down and then wait and figure out. Well, then one of them will run over to it. They'll connect to it. Then you just pick it up, put them in a boat, take them down to the cell. Then what I would do is I would place it down, not in the spot it's supposed to go, but just I would place it down in the middle of the floor, and that allowed me to make sure that when the green sparkles popped up, that the villager itself was getting them, so they're linked to it. Then I would put it in the proper spot. I just had slabs here to keep the water in. I'd put it in the proper spot, then I would trade. I'd go down here and I'd trade all of the quartz with them, and then I'd wait and make sure they replenish their trades, and that means they're linked to it. And they have to link to this one because they have to be able to like access it and be touching it basically in order for that to, oh god. I've actually already went ahead and traded for all the quartz I need. That only took like 2 or 3 hours, and most of the time I was just sitting here staring up, watching for the sun to go down to go up and sleep, waiting for these guys to rush to trade. Now this asshole, he refuses to, like, when you go to sleep, it's supposed to refresh or whatever their trades, and if they have their prices are higher like this, it's supposed to drop them down. But this guy just refused to do that, so I'd have to wait extra long just for this one guy. So towards the end, I just gave up on that and paid him more, and I wound up bitch slapping him, and then I got flung by a iron golem. So yeah, I got all of those. I still should probably set up a portal here, but I gotta be careful so the villagers that are running loose don't wind up in it, because that wouldn't be good. I need them to replenish any villagers that may, oh yeah, there is also a lightning rod you probably saw back there. Is that what those are called? That's what I've been calling them. That's what they do. That's what they are. But yeah, there's one of those over there just in case. Even though they're underground, I have had in my other one they've turned to witches before. It's a fairly easy process to replace them though. I would trade them to upgrade their trades. It only took a few seconds, and then I would check to see if they had. They can either have the regular quartz blocks or like the pillar quartz blocks. I can turn the regular quartz blocks into pillars, so there's no reason to even get any of those guys. If they had the pillars, I would kill them. I would take my sword out, and I would one-hit kill them. The iron golems did not care. I bitch slapped one once, and they fucking tried to murder me. I murdered many of them, and they're just fine with that, because I guess it doesn't register enough that you're actually doing damage to them, because they die instantly and they're not existing anymore or something. I don't know, just buggy bedrock. So this is where I am on emeralds. I barely used any. I would have been fine with what I had, like, before. That is for upgrading all the villagers and making sure they all had... And I had to... There's a lot I had to kill. Upgrading all the villagers and do that. So yeah, it didn't take too much. And here, there's some stuff here. I finished mining out all of the... Oh, I can show you this too. I finished mining out all of the netherrack that was still left that I had to put the walls in, and I put in the quartz and the gold blocks. That only took like a couple of hours. And I also added these. Which one is this for? Yeah, this is for the old netherrack, the old strip mine for netherite. So this is how I'm gonna do the doorways for when I have to get out. Just a button on this side and a pressure plate on this side. I already had all the iron doors crafted up, so just to make it safe. I did that, and then, as you see, I was like, finally, yes, I gotta put the blue ice in, and then all I have to do is mine out that desert, and then I just wait till I have the slime balls, and then I can do it, and then I can be done. No, you can't, because somehow you fucked up the math, and you did not get enough blue ice. I did the math. I thought I did the math for I just estimated the tunnel system's like 3,000 blocks long, and I was right. There's my goddamn boat that disappeared as I was making my way over there. I fell off the edge here and it disappeared. Thought I did the math right, and I even, left like 3 or 4 stacks spare to make sure I would have enough. I was about 18 stacks short. I made it from about around the turn that goes out to the, that's where it ends. I started back over there and came back. That leads out to the, I wanted to say ice farm, but it's the, mining desert. So it comes all the way back to here. And everything this way, including the one that goes off to the end portal, has 2-layer blue ice. So, that sucks. I gotta go mine more ice. And I made a modification to the ice from that makes it slightly quicker. But then I thought, okay, well, that's it. And I'm done, right? So, fuck it. I was gonna wait till it's done. Fuck it. I'm gonna ride on this ice. And it's gonna go good now because I'm recording. It went flawlessly. But if you see, if I'm not on perfectly, right now I'm not getting the speed boost, and if I don't go perfectly straight the whole time, I get off that and I'm not getting the speed boost, and it's not quicker, and I can't. Once you're off-centered, you cannot keep it going straight. The solution to this is also the other thing I had to do with this tunnel, which I was planning on blowing off for a while, and that is adding light. And I was gonna go with in-rods. I think are they in-rods or ender rods? I don't know. I was gonna go with those because, oh god, don't go through the portal because I don't. Oh, okay, the boat went through the portal. I don't trust this game with stuff like that. I was going to go through, and no, I wasn't gonna go through. What was I gonna do? Fuck. I was gonna blow off the in-rods, but the solution to my problem is I have to get the in-rods, and if I place them sideways along here, that should keep me from going all the way over and losing the speed boost, and that will also light this area up. These can't be melted by light sources, as you see from this, and there's also the torches on the other portal. So I did the math, and I think I used, oh god, I'm gonna break this and this is probably gonna go back through. Yep. So now I'll go through, it'll be an item form and I'll pick it up. So I think I used like the math for like how many quartz I needed to detect how long the tunnel. Did I fuck that up? I don't know. I hope I did the math right again, because my math, I think I used like how much it took to with some item. Maybe I used the ice. I think I used the ice. I'll do that again. I used about how much it took to get as far as I was, plus how much more I have to get. Yeah, that does add up, I think. So it used in total it'll take like about 5,600 ice to do everything with what I already put in and what I have to get more. Because I counted out how many ice blocks were missing. So it should take about 5,600, meaning that the nether tunnel system in total is about 2,800 blocks long, and I used that math, so that means I need an end rod on each side, so I need the same amount of roughly the same amount of end rods as I do blue ice. A little bit less, I think, for like turns and stuff and areas I have to leave out, like the doors. I'll have to like just skip one there so I can still get down in there. So yeah, I need 5,600 end rods. How do you make end rods? Well, I cannot craft it. God damn it! Let me go there. End rods. They're not end rods. End rods. You need popped coarse fruit and blaze rods. So blaze rods, simple enough. You murder a blaze. Popped coarse fruit, also simple enough for me at this stage because I have it. You just get coarse fruit and then you smelt it. It can be made easier with the use of blaze rods. Coincidentally, Mr. Silent Whisper has recently released a blaze farm, a blaze spawner farm, and I do believe I have a, I know, I have a double blaze spawner by the nether fortress right by my base. That's on the nether side, of course. I do not know if they are in range of each other. They are kind of far from each other. They're in sight and everything, but I'm not sure if you can load both of them at the same time. Please let me sleep. Okay. Broke my neck there, but okay. So, yeah, I have to now build a blaze farm and a coarse fruit farm, which a coarse fruit farm is simple, but I also have a design for one of those I'm going to use, but the snow sucks. You can already kind of see what I did, but it probably doesn't make a lot of sense to this point. At this point, I'm still talking about the other thing, so I'm gonna look over here and forget what I was saying. The coarse farm, rather simple. It's just plant the coarse fruit and push it with water. I got a design for that. So I think as you can see from the recipe, though, one blaze rod and one coarse fruit, popped coarse fruit that is, makes about 4 blaze rods. So I think the math is I only need around a little over 1,000 of each. So not as bad, but I still have to build those farms. As for the blaze rod, I've been kind of having a problem with fuel sources anyways. My original thought was just fuck ton of bamboo. Since that blaze rod farm came out, I thought, okay, well, that'll be a good thing. Now I have to make it. So hopefully that's able to produce enough for both of those things. I do have a lot of coal from digging out the hole and all that. So it's not like I don't have any, but it'd just be nice to have it be more renewable and better and all that. So that will be built soon, probably in between episodes or probably during next episode. I don't really build farms in between episodes. Of course, for one I'll do, but because that's simple. But as you can see, I've undug this out. This is where I am, by the way, with mining blue ice. I need another like 18 stacks, I assume. Yeah, I hope. Or hopefully less, but I don't think so. So as you can see, you kind of see it here. I dug out tunnels and ran hopper lines. And at every spot on this farm where there's like a 4-way intersection, I put 4 crafting tables just so it's easy to get one, then a hopper here. So instead of what I would do before is I'd get all the ice, my inventory would fill up. I'd mine like one of these things out, and then I'd go to my inventory and I would spread it out so they all went to my inventory first, so I'd know when it got full once it came down to my hotbar. What I would then do is I would make my way over here, craft them up, put them in the chest. The quicker way of doing this, and then of course I would sometimes have to come over here to replace my pickaxe. I'd leave the pickaxe box in the ender chest. The fucking snow keeps going all screwy over here. I don't know how to stop it. It's like every time I come over here, it's like, oh, there's more snow here now. It's fucked. Okay, please fix. I know you won't, but please fix. Yeah, see, here's the strip how it was. There was more snow here, but what is happening? Anyways, I would go through, and then once it'd fill up, I simply just come over here, and then I can quickly craft them up, and then I'd put all the blue ice and packed ice, because you don't always have enough packed ice to make a blue ice, so if you have less than 9. I'd put all that in here, and then it fairly easily, there's just hopper lines that run underneath here and goes over to that chest, makes it a bit quicker, and started carrying the pickaxe box, so I never have to go over there. And this actually seemed to make it go a lot faster. Don't know if it really did or not. I've never timed it before, but this way it seemed to go about half hour. See, the problem, what I think made it go faster is, and maybe got more, because like that was fairly quickly, is if I stop mining to go over there and do it, I'm more likely to stop, period, and just like nope, I'm done with this. But if I keep doing it, I kind of just zone out and keep doing it. You know, it's like what you just get used. It's like what object? What's the fucking science thing? Objects are most the same. It's like that. They stay in motion and rest, stay and rest, all that bullshit. Yeah, it's like that. Uh, so I guess that made it a lot quicker. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna fucking mine it all up and then go do it, which is usually how, and then go place it, which is how I usually do it, because I am going to smash my head against the wall. The more I have to do this, and so I'll need some breaks from it. So what I'm gonna do is probably here soon, maybe right away, is I'll take out the 3 ice. Take out the 3 stacks of ice I have, go place those in the tunnel. That way I don't have to do any more than is necessary, and I get to take a bit of a break. So yeah, I'm going insane. So yeah, I went from thinking I just have to place all this ice in, and then all I have to do is clear out the desert, and then I'll be ready to... Now I have to build a blaze farm, which I've not been looking forward to because it's the nether, and it means it's going to be a pain in the ass. I have to build a chorus fruit farm, and and those are more manual. What the fuck was that disappearing baby drown? I think so. I have to now get after building the blaze farm and AFKing there, I have to also get the chorus fruit, build the farm, then use it. It's closer to a more manual farm. I have to activate it, then smelt those all up, craft them into rods, then place 5,600 of them, which I think is kind of hard to keep them oriented right. I can't go too quickly. And then on top of that, I have to mine a bunch more ice, which I'm starting doing this first, and place it in. And then, after all of that, is when I get to do what I thought was all I had left, and finish the mining out the desert. Fuck! So that's how my day is going. Couple of days. I honestly haven't played for a few days because that completely demoralized me after like my most productive day or two ever. This is why my videos get so long, because I just ramble on, and I don't know how to end the fucking clip. It's hard to, I don't really even include much on camera anymore. I just show you and explain what I did, because it's so hard to do time lapses without proper spectator mode. Come on, Mojang. Get to work on that. This is why the video is probably like 2 hours long. Okay, so I finally got all the ice, and I don't know how much I've mentioned of this, but I did tell you guys 18 stacks off, and you want to see my pickaxes? That's my pickaxes. 2.5 full choker boxes to do all this ice. That scared me. I needed half of the shulker boxes to get what I missed. That's how far I was off. Half of the shulker box of pickaxes. A couple other things. As you can see, Mr. Pigman here got in my boat. So this, as you see, that's the home portal. This goes off towards the end portal. And I did mention, I believe, everything gets recorded so far in between each other. There's a lot of time in between a lot of clips, so I kind of forget what I have to say. As you can see, we have a doorway here. And, a fun fact, when I was coming here one time, I got out of the boat and glitched through the floor and wound up in the nether floor. I didn't really take much fall damage, but yeah, that was fun. I don't know how to avoid that. I don't know if it's because I was like on the side, I don't know what, but it's kind of hard to see. I have to turn this on, hopefully it's still. Yeah, that sounds all good. So that's kind of loud, but I have to turn it on to keep these guys. Oh, you're not supposed to be in here. I don't know how this guy must have spawned in here. I have to light this up. So that is really dangerous because I AFK'd down there. As you can see, blaze farm. So this, yeah, I am good to go. This is another fortress. You see there's the other. I can't go too far. Because if that's running when I leave the area or whatever, I've had experience with them making the thing disappearing, the trident. So yeah, there's the other one. These are not close enough for me to set up 2, unfortunately, and I couldn't really find another nether fortress close, and that would require setting up more tunnels. So you see there's a tunnel there. There's a tunnel that just runs through. This is on the safe side, I can do pressure plates, which actually isn't safe because there's a blaze spawn in here, but as you can see, they get slowly pushed by the lava. This, of course, is a Silent Whisper design. I will link that in the description. I need to get together like a Google Doc or whatever of all of them and just link that. So that way, if I'm using the farm in another video, you know. But these guys down here, they are kind of slow, but they will eventually get pushed down to the Trident Killer, but they do not affect that spawning. It will just keep spawning them. It's not the quickest, though, but it does get a lot. And as you might have noticed, I have gotten like 50 levels of experience from this thing. You stand right here, it's kind of noisy. And you gotta step back here. You stand right there by that piston and you get the experience. And so yeah, 50 levels. I AFK'd for about 17 hours, but what I'm really after, I made this is probably a bit overkill, but this was around 17 hours, so like 2.5 double chests. I needed like half a double chest, so that gives me a decent bit there. The numbers I have here for actual rates is, I saw in the comments somebody said it was getting them about 7 stacks an hour, and that seems to be true, maybe even a bit more for me. So yeah, I don't know, you can do the math if you wanna. Nice thing about this is not only do I need it for the end rods, of course, that's the main reason I built it, but for fuel, but I went around looking for a super smelter. I was actually able to find one this time that was pretty good by, of course, Silent Whisper. And the problem with that one is it's specially designed somewhat to use scaffolding, because scaffolding is like a really easy way of getting a really good fuel source because it's easy to get. It just needs string and bamboo. So I won't really be using these blaze rods for fuel. I will use them for fuel if I ever do that gold farm upgrade I talked about in a couple videos. I won't use this super smelter design that I found because it's more for stackable items. But the problem now is I need a source of renewable string. Now I do have a bunch of string, so I can build the super smelter probably in the beginning of next video. And I'm going to shut this off and we're going to start headed towards the industrial area. So yeah, those guys, they despawn when I leave the area, I think, so it's not really a big problem for them to get too many of them. I was kind of worried about that at one point, but I need to be able to renewably, if I'm gonna have a super smelter that needs scaffolding for fuel, I need to be able to renewably get both of those. The bamboo is easy enough. I originally planned on, if I needed bamboo, I was gonna start bone milling it, but in this case, I could probably make a fairly easy bamboo farm. I'm not sure which route I'll go. I need to get the bone meal farm built probably next video too. I just need to get that so I can be stockpiling some of it while I'm AFKing for the slime blocks. But here we are. Head out here. There are going to be phantoms if it's nighttime, and they're going to want to murder me because, yeah. Okay, thankfully it's day. I got to make sure I sleep right away when it gets to night because phantoms aren't going to be too happy with me. As you can see, some things have happened here. I have a bunch of coarse fruit, and yeah, I have a stack of endstone, and I put that all around over here. As you see, it's very large, and I actually just sat there and farmed it, and I believe it's in this chest. Yes, this is all I need. I already do have, or stuff. It's really like, I need 22.5 stacks, but I'm just going to go ahead and make up just like a shulker box worth of each 27 stacks. As you see, I have both of those now. I should have grabbed a choker box of blaze rods, but there's more I have to do before that. Anyways, what the? Oh, I don't usually have my volume up very loud, so I never hear them splashing in the water. So there's that. I'm gonna harvest these all one more time. Probably I do have a manually harvested some flowers. I was looking at some farm designs, but it really wasn't necessary when I could just do this. I'll probably still build a farm at some point. That way I can kind of build up somewhat of a stockpile of them, a decent sized farm. But for this, it wasn't necessary. You know, I just want to be able to farm any item fairly easily if I ever will need a bunch of it, you know. So the other reason I'm over here, I should grab one of these guys. I want to see this creeper farm. I've been kind of putting this off, but I really hope this thing still works because this took so many resources. I mean, I could in theory tear it down, but it took so much time to build. And I got a decent amount of gunpowder out of it, and I'm good on rockets for like ever. I mean, not ever, but like I still have it. I crafted up 3 double chests of rockets, and I'm still on that, and that was like months ago. That's when I first got, I think it's just before I first got the, oh, well, there's the trident. So I'm glad to see that's still around, but that means I have to go up there and, oh boy. I was away from it, you fucking bitch. See that? See how it fucking, oh! Well, the farm still works. Oh god, can you fuck off for half a second, game? Oh my god, this is what happens to me. This is why I fucking hate this game. This is why I hate Mojang. Fuck you all. Okay, so it's kind of tight, but I got everything back in a reasonable state. Button on that side. I was just gonna have a trapdoor on that side, but I didn't trust the game to not have like a fucking phantom hit it and then somehow fly in here and murder me. Pressure plate's fine on this side because it's literally nothing can get in here. Then trapdoor here for some reason went that side. It's refusing to place there for some reason. And then you can see I have the chest, I got that, and crafting table. So everything I really need. Everything seems to be recovered. I don't know if anything, what I lost in the chest, anything that was below me despawned by now. Up here is probably still a bit screwy. I need to get a ladder up there in case I have to replace the trident. I was honestly half expecting the trident to just be gone, but it fell down. I did turn the farm off. I'm not sure if that was on or off camera, but it did eventually. Or it didn't fall down. I was worried that that might just be a thing that happens now. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, and I have to leave like right away after I do that. It's my, oh fuck, I hope my bed's in my ender chest. That area is still fucked up. I have to fucking do something about that. I just had to get away from the noise. So let me make sure my bed, yeah, it's in there because it's in the nether, so I had no reason to have it. So yeah, so that thing still works, so that's good, although I may be making it obsolete with that other mob farm. I should have plenty of string up there, hopefully. What's the recipe for scaffolding? Because a single scaffolding can, do you have ice? No. I'm still gonna buy blue ice from him because I'll need more in the future. And I want to mine as least amount of it as possible. Oh wait, there it is. I just got lucky. 1 string for 6 of them, and one of them can. Yeah, no, I can make a shit ton. Bamboo's my only problem, but I can easily get a lot of that. I have some planted over by the base. And all that. Why do I say that? That didn't make sense. And, oh, over here there's a forest fire because of probably lightning. So I gotta do something about that. I might just have to hide in lightning rods everywhere around where I'm in AFK so that doesn't happen. But one more note, I did up the math and I mined 466,000 pieces of ice, and I think I've only mined like 1.5 million blocks in on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, most of which in this world. It's like almost a third of blocks that I mined in Minecraft Bedrock Edition on Xbox One and Series X have been at that fucking ice farm. And see, the thing that made it even worse was it was the same thing over and over again. Like when I was doing the hole, there was at least some variation for what would happen, but no, it was just the same thing for hours and hours and hours. So that sucked. Hopefully, the next time I need a bunch of ice, there will be a easier way to farm it. Because even if I built a farm that pistons it down, it doesn't really speed up the process very much. So, yeah. But yeah, link to the Blaze farm in the description. I really have to get like a Google Docs together of all the farms that I've ever built. This one, oh, I want to peek into this one. Where are we at? Okay, that's fine. This is like the one I kind of designed myself. I'm pretty sure it's not really that complicated. Just iron bars and that. I still need to tear this down. I'm probably gonna do that soon. So yeah, next video, bone meal. Oh, it's gonna start with building the super smelter. And then bone meal. I'll probably build a bone meal farm and a super smelter, bone meal farm with the Nelium, I believe it is, the new nether stuff. Well, I guess it's not that new, not very new at this point, but that and there's one more thing, possibly bamboo farm if I need it, but I shouldn't. I don't know where I'm gonna build the super smelter. I'd probably do it over here, but I don't know. They're very cheap, so I could build one here and at the base and really wherever the hell I want. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and end this video here because I'm just gonna ramble on at this point. Twitch, TikTok, and all that in the description. I have some ideas for basically they'll be like shortened, like they'll be like I cannot English, hang on. I had a plan for these like TikTok videos for this series. It'll be like somewhat shortened ones where I just kind of go over stuff I'm doing. I think I'm gonna do it for all the ice I mined, and I'll do one for the slime block project. I already have them kind of planned out. Just be kind of shortened versions of the video. Is kind of like they're kind of gonna be ads for the full video in a way. Just thanks for watching. Goodbye. The links description. I cannot outro. Bye.